Here we have the Arduino beginner's kit. So it has, it's basically like got a breadboard, a circuit board, but you can code with it. And we got some stuff in there. God. Jeez. Alright. We got a whole bunch of stuff in there. Even got an IR remote. So what I'm getting out of here is this so I can do the demonstration. So, I guess we could do it like this. Alright, here is the actual, here's the breadboard that it's on. And here is everything after it's been hooked up. This is a speaker, these are LED lights, these are resistors, which you want to make sure that you have so you don't blow the, the bulbs. And here's the black is the ground. Ground will be in G, R, D. And these right here are all numbered. And some of them in the front back here is, one of them's a ground. So, this is a speaker. Let's see. And what we have here is, this is the Sos Light that I have, the project. And there's an alarm project. There's the traffic light. So I have a traffic light situation right here. So here's the red light, yellow light, and green light. And these are all set up, and it's all kind of one cohesive thing. And this is a pedestrian button right here. It's actually a little bitty button. And it's supposed to turn it red and turn this green. This is a multi-colored light. So I decided to use that instead of these two lights right here, which you can do pretty easily. And as long as you pay attention to what you're doing. So this is the whole setup. You can just throw some code in there for each one of those. And this is where the code will come in. And then it'll go to its designated spot. So you have to have it on the same line. So I think one really important thing here to talk about is the way that these breadboards work, because people get really confused. I know that I did when I first used them. Okay, so this is the positive, and it runs like this. And this is a negative, and it runs like this. And what I have done right here, as you can see on this side, is I have jumped the power and the ground from this side. So I have a ground and a power coming from over here. See, there's a ground right there, but I could have just as easily, and there's a power, a 5-volt power right there. But this is 5 volts, and this is all ground right here. But they just have two spots for that right here because it was closer. And so right here though is where people get really confused. These strips are not connected vertically, and they were only connected from here to there. That's it. So if you wanted to use this side of the board like I did, okay, that's really distracting light. If you wanted to use this side of the board like I did, you could do this right here. But you have to stay, it's a good idea to stay on the same row. Like if you were to use this row for something and you needed to make sure that you closed the connection, then you would jump a line from here to there. Or you'd put a resistor, like right here for instance, we have a resistor that jumps across, so you can use that other side and it'll be connected. So, but otherwise this side, each line is connected. Not vertically, but just across right there. But if you wanted this line to connect with that line horizontally, then you would jump a line to it to close a circuit. So here are the projects that I've used. I have the traffic light, which it shows which pins go where, and then that's where you would use the code. And it tells you on the back what you need. And here is an alarm that I'm using, and it tells you what you need on the back as well. All of them do. And here's the Sos Light, which is most important, is just writing the code for it. And here's a multi-purpose light, which it shows you which pins are what. And the longest is the negative on this one. It's usually the positive on the other ones, but this one it's not. So you want to make sure that you use the resistors whenever you're putting hot wire, to the, you got to put the resistor between the power and the light so you won't blow the bulb. Because otherwise you might blow a bunch of bulbs and not have any for your project. So here is, this comes with it, but you don't need to use it. You can leave it in the bag. It's just the 6 battery holder. It's one of the things that you get in the kit. And here we're going to plug it in. And what I did was this right here, this is the red light. And instead of using 2 different lights for pedestrian light, I used this one instead, which is a multi-purpose light. And you'll see what I'm talking about. Because whenever this is red, this will turn green. And you use coding for that. And whenever it's green, this will turn red because this is the pedestrian light. This is the, this right here is the, this right here is the melody sound that will come on twice when it runs through the code to let you know that it's come on. And this one right here is the SOS light. So let me turn it in, and I'm going to be real quiet so you can actually hear me. So here's a plug right here. And then the first thing you should be able to hear is that melody sound. And then that's the pedestrian light starting off. Uh-oh. Some may write. And this will happen where you like have it all set up and you've already, you've had it all set up. So once you put your code in, see, there it goes. Once you put your code in, you won't actually need to have it plugged in. It'll be stored inside of the breadboard. So here we have it flashing green. Now it's red. This is supposed to turn green, which it did a while ago when I was showing you. And it's red. So something's not... Sometimes the wires get loose. And you gotta fix them. Sometimes the resistors are loose. There, that one was loose. And you just have to, work around it. So I had something loose there. Also, there's a million problems that can happen. Like your code might not be right, whatever. So, you should hear the sound again. One more time. Maybe not. Anyways, you can barely see this SOS light because there's just not much power going to it at all. So we're going to turn off the light and check it out. So after the code's completely done, it should actually come on over here. There it is. You can barely see it because it's just not a lot of juice. So this is supposed to simulate a crosswalk. I don't really have that much time to go through this because this is like my 3rd time going through it. I'm not going through it again. But here's an idea of what it looks like. It is similar to C programming, and it's basically a really basic program. So here we have like an array types of situation, and then the sort of like prototypes, and then we have the setup, which is sort of like works like the main, and then we go down and configure output is when it comes out or whatever. Low and high is on and off. And you really get the gist. So, I hope this was helpful to some of y'all. Maybe I'll make another video about the actual code. But, I hope that this was helpful. Because we were really lost whenever I started. So, like, share, and comment. Thanks. Bye.